Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed and stuck in your current situation? Then it's time for a mindset reset. Join me in my 6-part mindset reset training and learn how to overcome the negative thought patterns that are holding you back. With my proven techniques and strategies, you'll be able to cultivate a positive mindset and start living the life of abundance you absolutely deserve and desire. Don't allow overwhelm to hold you back any longer. Take control of your mindset and transform your life today. Hi, my name is Jay Nixon, and I'm the author of the best-selling weight loss book, The Overweight Mind. Over the years, I've helped countless clients from all over the world transform their lives by improving their mindset. Through my work, I've come to understand that the key to any transformation lies in the power of the mind. As I've seen in firsthand, a positive and empowered mindset can be the catalyst for profound change in all areas of your life. That's why I'm excited to share with you my insights, strategies, and tools for transforming your mindset and living the life you truly desire. By focusing on the power of your mind, you can overcome obstacles, break through limiting beliefs, and achieve your goals, whether it's losing weight, building the dream career you've always wanted, or improving your relationships. So join me on this journey of transformation and discover the power of your own mind to create the life you deserve. If you'd like more information about me, my studio, my program, or my supplement line, you can go to thriveforeverfit.com, find all the information, all my social media links, everything. Let's jump into the training. We're here, guys. The final training number 6 of the mindset reset. I hope you have enjoyed this as much as I have, but today's training is so powerful. It might be the most powerful training of them all. It's a standalone, if you will, and it's leveling up your life by surrounding yourself with a winning circle. I firmly believe, I wrote an entire chapter in my book, The Overweight Mind, called Circle of Success. I believe the people you surround yourself with will either propel you to heights you could never, ever imagine, or they will anchor you to a life that you'd never even want. The famous Jim Rohn says, you are the 5 people you surround yourself with. So if you create a positive, powerful circle of success, and I'm speaking from personal experience, my life has been elevated by the people that I have surrounded myself with. But the opposite is true as well. If you surround yourself with people who aren't motivated, who aren't creating positive momentum, who don't want more out of life, who don't have a positive mindset, then you're going to be stuck because you're never going to outperform your peer group. You're never going to exceed the expectations of the people you surround yourself with. Make sure you're surrounding yourself with people who lift you up, who hold you accountable, who support you. Guys, your circle of success is so important. You can tell how happy and excited I am to teach you guys on this one. Get ready. Training number 6 is going to be amazing. Mindset Warriors, we are about to dive into what I believe is one of the most important factors in your success and on your success journey. If you've listened to me, if you've read any of my books, you know that I am a big advocate of having a very powerful circle of success. Now, what that means is your circle of success are the people that you surround yourself with. One of my favorite quotes of all time is from the great Jim Rohn, and it's, "You are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with." Now, I know everyone has heard that. I know everyone's thought about it. And at this stage, it's a little bit cliche because it's been used and overused so many times. But I can tell you, when I think about successful people, when I think about my own level of success and where I am in my own journey, I know that it's the people that I surround myself with that have made one of the most drastic differences in where I was to where I am to where I'm going. Now, the importance of your circle of success cannot be understated. If you know anything about me, you know I'm big on surrounding yourself with people that inspire you and challenge you. People that inspire you and challenge you to do more, be more, have more. And having a powerful circle of success is one of the core pillars of my coaching for anybody and everybody. It's one of the first things I ask a coaching client. Who are you surrounding yourself with? What are those people doing? Are those people doing the things that you want to do? Do those people have the things that you want to have? And if the answer is no, then my next answer to them is you've got to fix that. There's got to be a solution to that. And that doesn't mean you have to get rid of all the people that you love. Doesn't mean you have to get rid of all the people that you love hanging around. When I talk about a circle of success, it's a small group of people that have your best interest at heart for helping you get to the places and spaces that you want to go. Oftentimes it won't be your family. Your family knows you way too well, and they've supported you and in most cases held you back from your ultimate potential because they didn't push you hard enough, because your family never wants to see you struggle or go through adversities or have challenges. So I constantly think about what Jim Rohn says about the 5 people that you hang around, and it's deeper than you'll be as successful as. He goes on to say, if you hang around 5 idiots, you'll be the 6th. If you hang around 5 intelligent people, you'll be the 6th. If you hang around 5 millionaires, you'll be the 6th. If you hang around 5 confident people, you'll be the 6th. And unfortunately, if you hang around 5 broke people, you'll be the 6th. And so what that means is that what do you want to get out of life? And is what you want to get is going to be predicated on the people that you surround yourself with. Now, it won't be good enough just to surround yourself with positive, powerful people. You're actually going to have to do the work that they're doing. But if you don't surround yourself with people that are doing the things, thinking the things, being the things that you want, how on earth are you going to get to those places and spaces? Your proximity to people is important because you do become a version of the people you spend the most time with. I'm going to use the context of pain and suffering. I'm going to use a little bit of my story to help you guys understand this. As you guys know, my father was killed when I was 5 years old. So in the context of pain and suffering and all the despair that I experienced in my childhood, the circle of people I was surrounded with kept me in that emotional state. They kept me in that emotional state of pain, and rightfully so. They were in the same pain I was in. So my family and friends who were close to my dad were grieving in their own way, but we were all so closely connected that as a kid, I couldn't do anything but sit in that agony and in that despair, and it was no one's fault. It was a product of the situation. But being in that close proximity to such a low emotional vibration and such a low emotional state made it more difficult to me to thrive and see abundance and see amazingness and see potential and see the life that I truly wanted to live, because I was stuck in that despair paradigm that I just couldn't get out of. So considering those you've been closest to since you were experiencing the pain or the tragedy or the suffering, that might be why you're still ruminating in that same place. So you have to ask yourself, have the people that you're around, have they been helping you to heal, or have they been keeping you stuck because their own pain is so dramatic and so great that they don't have the ability to help you overcome your own? It's an important question to chew on, but you have to do it without judgment, because people are allowed to be in pain. People are allowed to struggle. People are allowed to suffer in their own way. And I suffered for a very long time, for close to 20 years, because I wasn't able to overcome the circle that I was surrounded in. So observing your surroundings as objectively as possible, understanding what you need to do to break away from that mindset, is going to be pivotal in the stages and growth for your life. And again, I wasn't going to get rid of my family. It wasn't like I was going to disown my mother. That wasn't the thing I'm talking about. So when you're talking about circle of success, I've got to get you guys to understand that it's not your family. It's a group of people that are driven and motivated, and they have just uncontrollable desires to be more, do more, have more. It may be from a physical fitness standpoint. If you want to be fit, hang out with fit people. I mean, I hate to say this, but if you're overweight and your crew is overweight, unless you all get together and make a declaration that you're going to do it together, one or two of you is going to try to hold the other group back. And then the one of or two of you that decides you want to go and grow, there's going to be some turmoil in that process because you've always known each other as heavy. So, but if you want to be fit, you got to hang out with fit people. If you want to make money, you got to hang out with people who know how to make money. If you want to be happy, you got to hang out with happy people. It's so contagious and it seems so simple, but it's not. And I know it's not for some of you because you don't know where to start. I'm going to give you a perfect example. When I met Lori, it was the first step in my transformation process of growing into my circle of success. I'm lucky that my significant other is a part of my substantial circle of success. She's an amazing entrepreneur. She's very mentally strong. She has a growth and forward progressing mindset. And so I'm very lucky in that aspect. It allows me to have someone that I'm very close to that has growth and expansiveness and involvement as one of their core principles like mine. You may not be that lucky, and that doesn't mean that you don't love your spouse or your significant other. It just means that maybe they're not part of that core essential group. And so when I met Lori and I moved to California and I started to expand my potential and I started to expand my vision and I started to expand my energy, everything began to change for me, from a physical to a personal to a professional to just a life perspective. Everything started to shift because I was around someone who had a different perspective about life. And it was positivity driven. It was power driven. One of the first books Lori ever gave me when we got together was The Secret. And I know some of you guys are like, oh God, manifestation, well, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I'm here to tell you this. Manifestation on its own, just sitting in a corner thinking about things you want, is not going to get you the things that you want. But when I read The Secret for the first time, it gave me a new perspective on thinking, right? It wasn't that I thought I was going to think my way to a better place. Like, that's very pie in the sky, very Peter Panish. But it allowed me to start thinking more abundantly about life, about what I could be, do, and have. Not just because I wanted it, but if I could start to think about those things differently, if I could start to envision life differently, that would start me on the process of talking differently about life, about wanting more from life. And you'll never be, do, or have more than you think you deserve. And at that stage of my life, you might want to write that down. That's one of my most powerful quotes that I ever say is, you'll never be, do, or have more than you believe you deserve. And up to that point in my life, I didn't have more than I believe I deserved. I had exactly what I believed I deserved, and it was nothing. It was sadness. It was anxiety. It was overwhelm. So I started to think simply differently from reading a book and being around a human that had a vision bigger than mine. I started to adopt that vision. I started to think more abundantly. I started to understand that there was abundance for everyone, that just because you had it didn't mean I couldn't. And I started to surround myself with people who thought that way, and not just thought that way, but acted that way. You see, just being around people won't be good enough. You can't learn through osmosis. Like, you're not just going to get this transfer of positive, powerful energy or money from being around somebody. But if you're around people who are doing positive, powerful things, and they're thinking, speaking, acting, doing differently, doing different things, you're going to start to adopt those same things. You're going to start to think the way they think. You're going to start to follow in their footsteps. You're not just going to sit back and observe the same old from the groups that you've been a part of. So it's like reading a book. A lot of times I get the question, gee, what's the next book I should read? You know what I always ask that person? What book are you reading right now? They'll tell me, and I'll say, tell me one thing that you've implemented from that book. And they'll be like, well, nothing yet. How many books have you read this year? Well, I've read 20 books. What have you implemented from those 20 books? Well, nothing. I just read them. It's just, just knowledge, right? Just read. Here's what you have to understand. I read the same book 10 times. That may sound crazy to you. I listen to the same book 10 times if it's a powerful, positive book, if it's the right book, because I know within that book, there's going to be powerful, positive things. And here's one of my biggest pet peeves in life. People will say, well, I've already heard that. Well, I already know that. Well, if you're hearing it for the second or third time and you're hearing it the same way you heard it the first or second time, that's a shame on you, because that means you haven't grown or evolved. So here's why I read a book 10 times, is because I'm consistently growing and evolving into the human that I want to be. And so when I hear that same thing for the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time, I'm in a different place in space. And so I get a new perspective on what the author's talking about. And then I implement that in a radically different way. You see the difference in thinking? That's immersion thinking versus just trying to, hey guys, I read 100 books this year. Right? You get a big clap, but you get nothing out of that. So it's the same as this, as being around successful people is just like reading a bunch of books. Unless you implement the strategies and tactics and tips and footsteps that these people are taking, it won't do you any good. And eventually they don't want to be around you. Successful people like to be around successful people. It just is what it is. I hate to say it, but it's the way the world is constructed. And you deserve to be successful. So when you start to watch the amazing people rise above circumstances, overcome adversities, turn challenges into opportunities, you start to think, well, then I can do that. You observe people that are having success and taking action on their lives and overcoming pain, overcoming the handcuffs and the shackles and the things that from their past. These things are viable and vital to your success. So building your circle of success is crucial. But bigger than that is doing the work that they're doing. So when you get in a circle, when you get to be part of a circle that's powerful and positive, don't just be part of that circle. Be a positive, powerful member of that. And something I always want to ask you is, what are you doing to make your circle better? See, I'm big on auditing, right? I always want to audit my circle, and not in a bad way, but hey, what's going on? Am I utilizing my circle to its highest potential? Am I doing everything I can to use my circle to help me grow and evolve? But the first question before that is, am I helping my circle grow and evolve? Am I a positive, powerful member of my own circle? Pretty interesting questions, right? I'm going to give you another example. So this is an example of how your circle of success can impact you. A few years back when I wrote my first book, The Overweight Mind, I had the idea, I had the concept, I bought the URL, I had the title, I knew what I wanted the cover to look like, but I didn't write the book. And then I realized that there was someone that was in my close proximity that wasn't necessarily a part of my circle at that moment, but I knew they needed to be. And so I hired that person as a coach to help me understand how to write this book because they had written a book. You see, that's following in footsteps. That's finding somebody who has what you want and then asking them for help. And it's not just asking them for help, it's paying them for that help. And that's what I did. And that's how The Overweight Mind was born. From creation to conclusion. It would have never happened if I wouldn't have stepped into the power of my circle and hired that coach. And now that coach is a part of my everyday circle of success. He's one of my best friends. So I never have to worry about that ever again. I've got one of the best authors that I know in my wheelhouse of friends, but it was because I hired him first. And so that's how The Overweight Mind came to fruition. That's why I wrote the second book, The Purpose of Pain. So when you get in the same room with inspirational people, follow their inspirational lead. Here's something I want you to think about. Surround yourself with people who push you to be your best. Those who lead by action, and when they speak, their words are honest, uplifting, and motivating. Their consistency, commitment, and effort make you elevate your standards. You rise in their presence and you crave their positive energy. They bring out your desires to elevate above any adversity that comes your way. Their belief in you is a superpower in and of itself. Embrace these few people, as this is your circle. This is your tribe. This is what we all have to have. There's nothing more powerful, guys. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to take an inventory, and I want you to set up an action step worksheet on how you can make sure that you're cultivating your circle of success and understanding the strength of your circle. There may be somebody in your circle right now that you're not even utilizing their strengths to your advantage. There may be somebody in your circle that needs your strength to be used to their advantage. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to list 4 members of your circle of success. 4 people right now that you would consider to be in your circle of success. I want you to write down their name. I want you to write down their strengths. And I want you to write down habits that you will or are modeling from that person. And then I want you to write down one more person. And this person is not currently in your circle, but it's somebody that you need. So for me, this was when I wrote my book. I needed somebody in my circle who had written a book. I needed somebody in my circle who knew how to publish a book, edit a book, all the things that go along with writing a book. And there's more than you could even imagine. Right? You may not know their name, but write down what their strengths are. What do you need? And then write down what habits that you'll model from that person if you get them into your world. And I want you to focus on this person for a second. This person for me is always a coach. This person for me is always somebody that I hire, somebody that I pay, right? Because when you do that, there's no nonsense. There's no BS. Like one of my core values is radical honesty. So if you hire me as a coach, you get radical honesty. You get love and empathy and all the beautiful things that come along with that, but I'll never tell you something just to tell you something. I want you to win, but the only way you can win is if I'm honest with you. And I demand that from my coaches as well. So right now, my number 5 is my coach. And I always have a coach. I always have a mentor. I always have someone that I pay so that I can get radical honesty. Because here's what I know about humans. Unless you're with people, and like I think I'm a rare breed. I am one of the few people that will tell you the truth, even when I know you don't want to hear it. And I do that because I want the same thing from you. I want that same respect from you. And my job, if you're in my circle, is to help you be the best human that you can be. The best human. And I won't just tell you the truth. I'll give you solutions and ideas to help you overcome any obstacle or any adversity that you're facing. This is hopefully why you're listening to this right now. It's because you understand that I've been through what you're probably going through. I've come out on the other side. I'm living my life of abundance and awesomeness. And I want that same thing for you. So my name needs to go on that list in that number 5 slot for you. And then if you want to make a number 6, go ahead and make that as well. What strengths and habits are you modeling from the coaching that you're getting? You see, a lot of times people get coaching and they don't model what the coach is doing. They don't model what the coach is saying. I had a client tell me yesterday during a private coaching session, which I thought was very interesting. She said, a lot of people ask me what you're like. What's he like? What's it like to be around him? What's it like to talk to him? What's it like to blah, blah, blah. And she said, for me, he's like a lighthouse. I know that no matter where I am, if I'm far away or if I'm in his presence, that he's going to give me the guidance to get to where it is that I want to go. And I thought that was one of the most awesome things anybody's ever said, because that is truly my mission and purpose in life, is to help people get to the places and spaces that they deserve and desire to be. But that was the most beautiful analogy that I could think of when I think about my coaching and what it is that I want to do for the world, is to be that lighthouse to help people know that there is a better way, that the shore is close, and all you have to do is keep going, keep moving forward. And so when you think about your circle of success, I want you to think about it in terms of being more, doing more, having more. And then not just getting around those people. You see, here's what I've learned through years and years of being a coach. A lot of people will get around me and they'll listen to my coaching, they'll listen to my training, they'll listen to my advice, and then they don't implement those same strategies. They don't follow through on the things that are working for other people, that are working for myself. And then they wonder why they stay stuck. So the most important part of having a powerful, positive circle of success is being coachable and being willing to implement the inputs that you get from that person. So guys, circle of success is a powerful, massively crucial tool on your journey. Please take a deep dive into this process. Take a deep dive into this idea. Figure out who's in your circle. Figure out what their powerful superpowers are, and figure out how you can model those superpowers, and then connect with those people. the most important things that I've ever done in my life is make powerful, positive connections with my circle of success. I have a Rolodex of people that I can call any moment with any question. And here's the beautiful thing. If they don't know the answer, they have someone in their world that will know the answer. And so it's the strongest team you'll ever have. And it's different than your family and friends. Family and friends are amazing. Family and friends are crucial, but this is different. This is that next level team that you're going to go to battle with, right? Radical honesty, no judgment, trying to help each other get to the highest levels of life. Pretty wild, huh? Circle of success. I'm telling you, it will be one of the major keys to the quality of life that you live. It will be one of the major things that you do. This training was awesome, guys. 6 weeks, 6 different fundamental ideas and perspectives and strategies. Take each one of them and implement it into your daily life. But take this circle of success and really audit your circle. Are the people you're surrounding yourself with lifting you up, making you better, supporting you, holding you accountable? If not, then you got to get some new people in your group. You got to do it. You're worth it. Your life is worth it. Your life is dependent upon it. Guys, I hope you love this series as much as I love training it and teaching it to you. If you've got any questions, reach out to me. Like I said, go to thriveforeverfit.com. That's my website. You'll find all my information there. You can send me an email at info@thriveforeverfit.com. If you follow me on social media, you can DM me there. You can comment on anything I post. Reach out to me. I really want to be a resource and I really want to help you win. I believe that mindset is the key to success. Mindset is the key to the life that you want to live. Everything in life, all of our success is 90% mindset and 10% mechanics. Guys, get out there and go live the life that you deserve. I believe in you. I'm here to help you, and I want to see you win. All right. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening.